Welcome everyone to another video on the preview website. So if you can remember very well, about last week we released a new video on Udemy review. So this week we are going to talk about Namecheap. So the Namecheap hosting is what we are going to talk about mostly. So if you don't know Namecheap, okay, so Namecheap is one of the best, if not the best place to buy like any domains you're about to buy. It's for domain, it's for hosting a website, emails and app, and they have a lot of features and things on their website. So in case you don't know, Namecheap is okay. So but specifically, a lot of people do ask a lot of questions about how Namecheap hosting works. So in this review, I'm going to share with you my experience using Namecheap, because almost all my client websites are Namecheap. All my life it's been Namecheap, and I've tried other hosting too, because I design a lot of websites for my clients a lot. So I'm going to share my experience in all of them, but specifically this video is for Namecheap. So Namecheap has different sections. We have shared hosting, WordPress hosting, reseller hosting. As you can see, you guys can see every one of them. So I'm going to talk about each one of them and how they work. So the first one here is the shared hosting. Now, as you can see, the shared hosting, something that they do update, their prices are kind of vary. So you can get there now, you can see 61% off. You can later go back there 1 month later and it's kind of 51% off. So they have different servers. The UK servers is very expensive compared to the US server. So the US server is almost free, and here when you get here, their shared hosting, how the shared hosting of Namecheap works is that it's either you go monthly or you go the annual payment. And the first one is Stellar. You have the Stellar Plus and the business. So for you using Stellar, you can only add 3 websites. So the first one you are going to use to register the host immediately you are trying to register, and you are going to add 2 more to it. So now this is like 20 gigabyte space SSD. This is not the real SSD, it's just kind of SSD. So the speed is kind of limited. Now when you are starting, if you switch this to the annual section here, if you switch it to annual, it's in annual now, and if you are here, you are going to see that you are going to pay or get this at $17.28. So, and the renewal cost is this, so it's 33.88. You can get here when, like, the time of recording, this is the price now. You can later get here and it's kind of more, but the price maximum it's around $15 to $18. So anytime you get here, and based on how my experience with Namecheap, when you register, when you get this, you have the access to get their free .website domain. Imagine, so you can get a free .website domain for the very first year, and also you are going to have access to the let me call it the SSL, the positive SSL. They are going to give you free positive SSL. And let's imagine, like of me, anytime I'm starting a new business account on this, because I do start up different business ideas comes into my head, I'm just going to buy either Stellar or the Stellar business, but I do use this a lot. And if you are using this, you are going to be given 50 domains, although you have unlimited access to unlimited website. Like you can add tons of websites, but 50 domains of yours are going to get a free SSL in the very first year you are using the host. So that's kind of a big deal, because SSL is kind of expensive. So this is what you get. You have the unlimited bandwidth, you have the free website builder. So the free website builder, we are still going to talk about it because that thing is kind of dope also. So you have the SSL installation. They can install it for you if you contact their support. And this is something also, the supersonic CDN. So if you don't know it, it's kind of something to make your website more speedy. So it can also make good use of that. So these are kind of all the things. You can see the table chart here to make you understand what you are going to be getting if you are taking advantage of any of this. And also, if you are using the shared host, you also have access to backup. They back up all your content. That's very true, because I've experienced it very well, and my accounts, someone hacked into my website personally through me, not via the host, and I have to contact them that okay, this is what's going on, and they just rewind everything back to like few days before the person have attempt to the website. So I'm very happy. So now we've talked about the shared host. Now let's move to the next one. So it's kind of different. What I mean is that you can only host a WordPress website on it. So the plan name is called EasyWP. So it's for WordPress hosting only, and it's very cheap. It's so cheap that anybody can buy it. And the main purpose of they doing something like this is that it's going to help your website to be more speedy and easy to access for your customer. So if you think of designing a website, if you did not have any other things to do, like maybe you want to do a PHP website or HTML, or you need a cPanel function and you just need a WordPress installation, like the backend to the WordPress access, and so this host is kind of okay for you, and you are going to enjoy it because as they say here, it's kind of 3x faster than traditional web hosting, and that's very true. It's very fast, and it has a lot of things that you can use here. They have their function, the speed, as you can see. This is it. If you are using it, it's better than any other host. You can see here. See the price. This is what you are going to get if you are using Bluehost and so. Based on my experience, that's what I'm sharing. I'm still going to tell you the downside of Namecheap. Not that they didn't sponsor this video, and I'm not trying to be partial on this, okay? So I'll try to make a timeline, like a timestamp on the description, so you can jump on each section of the video I'm going to cover. So now, as you can see, we've finished talking about the WordPress hosting, and let's go to another, hosting reseller. So if you think of buying hosts on, like, let me say something like a VPS or something, and you feel like reselling it, they also have plans for that also, and it's okay. I didn't experience this. I didn't buy this, but it's kind of okay, and I didn't see a lot of people complain about it based on my research. I've done the research, and I'm giving you the feedback of my research, so you can trust this. The last thing I can see here, this part is very important that I want you to take notice of. This is kind of awkward. The first time I'm trying to get the VPS host, I bought the best cursor of their VPS hosting for my business website, and this one it doesn't end well because I did not know. They didn't state it clearly that I'm not going to have the cPanel access to my website, so I did not know. Immediately I bought the stuff, I was given CentOS. If you don't know it, you can make your research. The CentOS server, like the access, is what they gave me. I did not know, and that's the first time I'm trying to buy VPS. All my life I do use a shared host, so it's kind of so I didn't know that this is how it goes. And the main thing here is that I have to buy a cPanel also, which is kind of additional extra box in my pocket. So it's okay, and I'm still going to show you a difference between a website I placed on the server, like a shared host, and a website that is in my VPS. Understand what I'm trying to say? So let's move on. And also, they are not going to help you to back up your website unless you take any of this plan. So if you take any of this plan, this is going to happen. If you buy any of their VPS server management, this is what you are going to get. But if you think of taking, like, paying them $10 per month, so you get access to support, active and support, advice, and also restore server failure if any of them happens. But if you did not pay them this money monthly or this money monthly, they are not going to save your files, your backup, everything is up to you. The management, the restoration of server failures, you are still going to even pay $10. So you just have to think well. I didn't pay them, I did everything myself in my experience though. So we can still get more than this in case you want more than just the cursor here, because the cursor is limited to 6 gig RAM, and I can say it's very okay to me. But it's not really the best though. There are some hosting that are better than Namecheap, I can tell based on my experience. But if you are starting a business, like your business is still in a startup area, like you are still getting little traffic, like maybe 100,000 monthly visitors, it's still okay. 150,000 is still okay. But if you are getting to millions, and a lot of people, the reason why we need a speedy server and all is because if I'm entering your website, my phone, my area matters a lot. I might be coming from a server close to the using a country close to my server. What I mean is, I don't know how to explain it in a simpler way. So if you are using, let me go back to share host here. If you take this share host, it's US based on what you can see here. So anybody from US or country close to US or country close to the data center location, it's going to be more speedy to access for them. The website is going to have a different speed for them. But if they are outside that zone, how is it going to feel? So that's the work of a CDN. A CDN is going to make it like very fast to access from any country, anywhere, because they have different data center everywhere to make the website easy to access. That's why the supersonic or Cloudflare is very important to embed in the website. I don't really use them though, because I have my reason also. So that's for another day. So now let's see, if you think of taking, like, maybe you want more from them, we can click here and you have access to different assets, like different things, more than 6 gig and all. So you can play around with that. And my experience so far, from like after the first time me getting it, is now okay, because I didn't read all this description. I was shown that it's somewhere on this page, it's somewhere here, you are going to get sent. Oh yes, okay, I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. This is where it is. So this is what you get if you buy it. So you are still going to get the zip panel yourself, which is what I did not notice at all. So now you have that, and that's the benefit of watching a review video before you get anything. So now the dedicated server, I didn't have experience of it at all, but they have the function. You can check it out yourself if it's what you need. But based on all this Xeon stuff, Xeon is a very good, like, it's very speedy server, like drive is a very speedy drive. So I believe it's going to work well also. And their pricing, if you see any price on Namecheap, believe me, it's kind of the best ever in anywhere compared to other places price. The Namecheap price are different and okay. It's something they put business startup in mind when they are starting this, when they are doing their business also. So this is the benefit parts of Namecheap. That is the hosting migration, which means the hosting migration part of it. What I mean is that if you are in, let's imagine you are in GoDaddy and they are not really doing well, and you feel like moving to Namecheap. If you fill this form, when you click here, you open a ticket and you put in the necessary details, you provide them the necessary details, they talk to you and they help you out in moving all your complete website, nothing lost, into your new just buy a hosting or domain on Namecheap. How cool is that? That's very cool, and that's very cool of them. So news is just getting to me now that website company like SiteGround has disabled functions like that they did not allow something like that again, which I'm still going to cover in one of my video, in their review video, because I'm still going to talk about them also. So so now if you think of moving, or maybe you later decided to buy something here and your website is on another server, you can move it without you stressing yourself or paying another maybe a developer, or stress your developer out to move it here. So it's very cool. They are free .website domain and they are free website builder. This is only limited to if you are using shared hosting. So if you are not using shared hosting, you will not have the function of using their website builder. Their website builder is something like maybe what like something like Wix, you know, the Wix backend, how you can drag and drop a file, how you can just play around those files, and they have different templates already made you can use, and you can just, they put startup in mind, and you can integrate e-commerce to it, and it's very okay. So you can get it, but you have to be on shared host. If you have shared host accounts, then as you can see, the plans here are all the shared host plans. So now we've talked about all the stuff they have waiting for you in order for you to, like, Namecheap. Talking of Namecheap is just for you business owner, like a startup business owner, and they put you in mind a lot. So now the best part I love about Namecheap is this. So is this area about Namecheap, this their live chat support. Oh my god, you guys have to test it. So seriously, Namecheap is the only hosting that I can say that even like midnight, daytime, anytime you contact them, just contact them about anything, they are there, they are ready to support you 24/7. I'm very sure about this. Like, someone will just message you, like, as you can see now, they are hosting, because I'm under the hosting page here. I'm doing things about hosting. They are available ASAP, so I can just contact them like, hello, Jeremiah from Deep Review. Guys, don't tell them we are doing this. So I just wanted to see that, like, how fast they respond. So just see, like, within 30 seconds or 1 minute, someone is going to chat you up. They are going to talk to you, like, okay, what do you want and how can we help you? I'm going to get to them. And imagine, okay, like the last time I'm having problem, they promised that, they said it clearly on their website that they are not going to provide support. But I contact them. I was just like, guy, see, I'm a website designer, I understand, but my network is giving me problem and I need to move a website to a client VPS. You see, it's not even up to 30 seconds. Someone has already started chatting with me. Like, they are amazing for sure, and they did not know I'm going to do this. So just let's keep this a secret, okay? So let me just end the chat. Let me just say thank you. I'm sorry. So guys, that's how the thing is. Like, Namecheap is okay on that. So now let's talk about the downside of Namecheap, which I really appreciate if they work on. The first thing is their shared hosts. So before I start, let me use my website. So for this, you guys' purpose, I move my website, which is Deep Review, this website. So for the purpose of this video only, for the purpose of the video, the test only, so I move my website into the shared host, like Namecheap shared host. So let me test it for you. So if you want to confirm a website of which, if your website you just want to know, okay, which hosting is this website using, so just put the website name here. So you are going to see the DNS of the Namecheap, like Namecheap. So if you check here, as you can see, it's DNS namecheaphosting.com. So if it's my VPS, it's going to be the custom DNS. It's going to be my custom DNS. So it's not my custom DNS. So I did it because of you. So we can test it and we can test it well. So now let's test the speed. So if we are going to test the speed, earlier on I test the speed on GTmetrix when the website is still on VPS. It around nothing, I think is less than not up to 1 second. The website load completely not up to 1 second. Put that in mind. So now let's test with okay. You have to put the complete HTTPS and the last line. So this just for the test purpose, so that you can understand how speedy the website is. And although I have the necessary plugins on the website installed, and I make sure I design the website as simpler as I can, nothing much, the images are compressed, everything are okay. As you can see, the website fall on that 1.3 seconds. That's true, but previously it's lesser. So now this is what I mean. Now the server that I'm using now, it's Canada. As you can see now, let's see, based on what I'm trying to explain earlier about country and where the server is. So now the server is in USA. Okay, now I'm testing it from Canada. It's showing me 1.3 seconds, and as you can see, the website is very light and the request is very low. I can make a tutorial on how I did that also, so for you guys to see how you can make your website okay and speedy also, even if the host is not that speedy. Namecheap host is not really that speedy. Okay, so let's use Washington DC to test, because so let's test it and see the difference between the speed we have here when using Canada and now the speed we have here when using USA Washington DC. So we are going to see the difference. Now. So it really matters a lot where your users are coming from. So if you notice that most of your audience are not in USA, then don't stress yourself. As you can see, it's less than 1 second, milliseconds, and the request has even increased. So imagine the request is still 17 based on what Pingdom read here. The request is now 21. So imagine, so your users are going to enjoy your website. Let's test with a post page to show you guys, like, so let's just test that so you can see the difference. A site speed, Google said site speed is very important. At least your website speed maximum is supposed to be less than 30 seconds, because in people's area there are visitors, people using 3G to visit your website, and people using 4G, some people are using 5G. So you just have to put that in mind. You have to put your audience in mind. It's very important to put your audience in mind. That's why we are doing this review, to make sure we are working towards the best hosting for you. So as you can see, a shared hosting of a Namecheap shared hosting is what we use to build the website. Now the website is on it, and this is the result. And now this is the result of a post page that I embed video, I embed picture, I embed everything. So now I've did all the tests for you, and you can see clearly that Namecheap is not really that bad as some people might label it for you. So it's okay. So you can I can say it with all mouth that if you love to get Namecheap, you're not going to regret it. And I will also provide a link in the description below with a discount offer on it. So there is a discount offer going on that is going to give you access, direct access to a, like, they are going to give you free, almost free domain name, and also they are going to give you their free .website domain name for free, 100% off, and also the hosting that is going to be lesser. So put that in mind. So I believe in this video we've covered everything necessary. We've talked about the positive SSL, we've talked about the CDN, and we've talked about the tests. So okay, benefit of using the hosting, I think we've talked about. Okay, we've not talked about the guarantee uptime. So the uptime is only meant for, let's open the uptime here, because it might happen to you that maybe your website, based on you being on their server, your website might just like go offline. It might happen. It never happens to me. Based on my experience on their platform, my website never goes down. So they have a guaranteed cover for you. Immediately stuff like this happen, they are going to help you out. Like, they are going to give you, maybe if you can request for a refund, and there are some like things that which, if your website go down for maybe a day, they'll give you 3 days back, or maybe if your website go for some minutes, they'll give you additional 2 days, or I don't know. So I'll provide a link to this also on the description of in the description of this video, and also everything I'm going to talk about, or I've talked about, this video is going to be available on the website front page. Like on the website, I'm going to make a blog post for it eventually, or immediately after this video. So I believe you've understand little things about Namecheap, and I've showed you everything, every necessary thing you need to know about their hosting, except the cPanel part of it. And the reason why I did not show you the cPanel part of it is because I don't think you really need that. But in case you need that, you can comment in the description below that you want to see how the cPanel looks like, because the cPanel is kind of the same on every hosting. So it's not really that hard or something big deal, but the site speed, their uptime, their chat support, and other little things are the main thing you need to know. And the pricing in particular, the pricing of a host, how comfortable to use them, like hope it's not something that is going to take all your money. No. So Namecheap puts business owner in mind. That's what I want you to know, and they are kind of cool with it. So over 100, to me, I can say Namecheap score 80 plus. To me, based on my review and based on my test, I have over 12 clients website on it, and it's kind of good. No complaint from any one of them. As you can see, I've showed you that. So I'll put a link in the description below, or I'll put it somewhere in the video. So just use that link, click on it, and you are going to have access to a shared host page. They are going to take you to somewhere here, but it's kind of different. I don't know, but I'll put the link there, and you are going to see it. You can buy it there. So my recommendation for you, if you are starting a business, is use the Stellar Plus. If you are just starting, just get the Stellar Plus. You can go for the monthly payments, but I recommend you just go for the yearly, so you can put your mind at rest that it's going to work well. It's just $22, and if you click the link also, it's still going to be the same price. It's not that it's going to be more than this. So I really appreciate your time. I don't know, maybe the video is kind of too long, or maybe I talk too much. Just put your recommendation on anything you think I can work on to make our videos better, or to make my voice or anything better. Put it in the description below, then I'll appreciate every comment you guys made. Okay, thank you, and keep watching. In order to make a video like this possible, I will appreciate if you share the video, and please like, thumbs up if you like the video, thumbs down. If you did not like it, it's no hard feelings, just thumb down. So it's going to make me understand that I need to work more on the video. Okay, it's very important you subscribe to the channel, because as long as I'm growing, you guys too are also growing. Anything you want me to review in deep like this, there is no hosting out there that I've not tried. So I'm going to show you their like everything. I promise. Just name it, then I'll get it or buy it. That's why we are here. We get it to you. We buy it in your for you, so that you can see how it's going to look like when you are going to buy it. So before you waste the money, so what you are going to do for us is just to subscribe and share the video, like, thumbs up, subscribe. Okay, one love, guys.